All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Gateway Raceway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series visits Gateway Raceway tonight. 120 laps, and it's the final race of the season. Who's got what it takes, man? There's a 3-point separation in two guys tonight, and it may come down to the last lap. Who's going to win, man? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the Buschwackers Series is in town. It's Gateway, just outside of St. Louis. What a great track. Hang on, boys and girls. It's live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right. Hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Hopefully we'll get this. I got a little bit of adjustment in the sound, so hopefully we'll get that down low enough so you can hear me. Again, thanks for coming in here tonight and joining me on TurnLeftTV. We just have a few minutes left in the practice session. Thanks for coming in here. Oh, coming in here tonight, man. I got a crazy. I had to reinstall. I had to get a new C drive, man, for my main computer. That was a little bit of a pain. So we got it up and running, and we got some stuff to tweak. But keep your fingers crossed here. We're gonna have a good race. Again, thanks so much for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's right there, man, if you haven't already subscribed. And then also, if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the link up in the banner of the channel. Also got some links down in the description of the race for you to check out as well. We'd love for you to head on over to the Fanatec website and help me out at TurnLeftTV. Who's going to win this one tonight, man? Bardelli Jr. and Paul Brown are 3 points apart for the championship. Who's going to win? Oh, man. We'll have to see. You're going to have to hang out here at TurnLeftTV. Share my videos with all your friends. Thanks so much for coming out here, and let's have a great one here tonight. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Also, if you're interested in hosting your website or your online store, it's the place to be. EliteHostingUSA.com. going to bump up the sound here a little bit so I can hear the actual music. Hopefully it's not drowning everything out. You can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up button in that in the chat session. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow. It's Charlotte Motor Speedway, 120 laps, race number 8 of the season. So we're winding down this season as well, but this is going to be a great one, man. Great stock car series on a Saturday night. And we got some tricks up our sleeve next season. Keep your eyes open for this one. I'm not ready to announce it yet, but hey, Charlotte, always a great track. A little bit of a bumpy track, gonna have to be up on the wheel. If you'd like to come out and join us, TurnLeftTV, come on out, man. We'd love to have you. A lot of fun racing on a Saturday Night Thunder series race. We'll take a look at the track here at Gateway. They call it Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's Gateway. I don't like when they change those names, man. Just leave it at Gateway. I know it's all about money. Located in Madison, Illinois, just on the other side of the Mississippi River there from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been to this track many times when I was stationed out there in the Air Force. 1.25 miles in length, a little over 2 kilometers in length. And you see it's an egg-shaped oval, man. Banking turns 1 and 2 at 11 degrees, 3 and 4 at 9 degrees. And this is a challenge, man. It really is. It's a fun track, and it's the final race of the season. Looks like we are in the qualification session now. Robillard out here to do his qualification lap. Or laps, I should say. Going to get Paulo to change the time of the day for qualifications and practice and so forth, make it a day part. I don't think they actually practice or qualify in the dark here at this track. .175. Paul Brown, the top time. Let's see where Todd Robillard sits here. 31.304, second on the grid for Robillard. Take a look at Jim Willis here in the 53 car in his outlap. Jim Willis in that Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsor machine. Deanna now up to second on the grid for him. Let's take a look at Jim Willis as he comes off turn 4. 31.802, currently 9th on the grid for Jim Willis. Preston Hassel, looks like he's finished up his qualification attempt. How about Sean Jacobs? Looks like he's done his as well. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car. And he and Paul Brown are 3 points apart in the points. We'll take a look at that in the warm-up session. Bardelli Jr. off turn 4. Here you go, lap 1 for him. 31.375, 7th on the grid. He's got some work to do. Ed Palumbo out on the grid with his outlap. That way we can finish up watching Bardelli Jr. Here we go, Bardelli Jr. coming off turn 4. Oh, smack in the wall. And that's going to scrub off some time. So 7th on the grid for Bardelli Jr. That was a hard lick coming off the turn. Yeah, Palumbo in this mellow yellow sponsor number 54 car. We have Palumbo off turn 4. Lap number 1. 31.483 for Palumbo. He is 8th on the grid so far. Some work to do for the 54 car. See how we go here with this second lap. Final lap here for the 54. 31.320 up to 6th on the grid. Waldo Spindler with his qualification attempt. 31.993, 13th on the grid. He's got some work to do. .806 is that second lap for Givaldo. 12th on the grid for Givaldo. Dana Grover in the 89 car out here to qualify. .303, third on the grid for Dana Grover. Dana coming off turn 4 here in the 89 car. Let's see what this lap is. 31.609, but Grover third on the grid here tonight. So we got about a minute left in the qualification session. I think everybody probably is qualifying, has already done so. Make sure our stuff is working. Don't forget to visit us over at highoctaneracing.net. If you're interested in doing some racing with us, it's a good way to get a hold of us there. A good quick link to the Discord server that we operate. We'd love to have you. Also, you can get updates on where people are in the point standings. Pay attention to that. Also, quick link to TurnLeftTV. See who's doing what throughout the week as well. Any new announcements we'll have on highoctaneracing.net, but mainly want to click on that and head on over to the Discord server if you're interested in racing with us. Looks like qualifications have finished. Uh-oh. Like we are waiting to get that screen back up there. Sorry, here right now we got a little bit of a technical problem, so hopefully we'll get this worked out for you here in just a second. A minute? Maybe? It's the internet, man. All right. Wow, man, we had a little bit of an issue here connecting to the stream or getting this stream to hang on here, so apologize for that. Looks like we're back up and running. So we had to do a little bit of a reset there, unfortunately, but that stuff happens sometimes. Thanks so much for coming in here and joining us on TurnLeftTV. So I think I'm up and running here, but let's hope. It says waiting for. So it should be streaming, but it doesn't look like it is. Let's see if we're going live now here. Hopefully we are. All right, hopefully we are getting a good little stream here. Let's see. Again, thanks so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Wow. I don't know what was going on there, but it looks like we are up and running, but I apologize for that. I don't even have a... Yeah, hopefully we have got this worked out here. Let's hope, man. Keep our fingers crossed. I am not seeing the broadcast come up on the stream here. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Just showing the preview box there, it looks like to me. I think we're ready to go now. We might be a little bit behind in the stream compared to what's the real deal here, hopefully. Stream is good. Okay, looks like we're back up and running here. I apologize for that. So I think I'm up and running here, but man. All right, well, looks like we're getting ready to go green here. No. So hopefully the stream's looking okay here, man. We got a little bit of a problem. I apologize for that. So a little bit of a connection issue there. I apologize. Looks like we might be okay now. Okay. All right, I think we're ready, man. We had a little bit of a challenge here. We had disconnected, so some funkiness going on here tonight. All right, we'll take a look at the starting order here. Man, we've had a little bit of a challenge here tonight, so apologize for that. Let's take a look at the starting order here. Paul Brown starts at P1. Preston Hassel starts in the second position. Dana Grover starts in third. Jesus Iglesias starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth is Todd Robillard in the 90 car. Starting in the sixth position, Ed Palumbo in the 54. Craig Marazon in the 60 starts seventh. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 starts in eighth. Starting in the ninth position is Chris Hughes in the 7 car. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts 10th. Tiago Gomez in the 9X will start in 11th. And Jim Willis in the 53 starts in 12th. Starting in 13th is Givaldo Spindle in the 68 car. Matthew Bauer starts in 14th. John Stanley, 15th. Lucas Simpner starts in the 16th position. And looks like we might have lost Claudio. It looks like he's out. The Gremlins, man. Somebody got DQ'd. They didn't make the grid. Man, everybody's having problems tonight, man, except for the viewers out there. All right, looks like we are ready to rock and roll. Shady Sal in here. I think he's out on the track right now. The starting order here tonight. Let's see what that is. Starting order here tonight. You want to go through it again? Somebody said they did. Paul Brown, Preston Hassel, Dana Grover, Jesus Iglesias. Robillard, Palumbo, Marazon, Bardelli Jr., Hughes, Jacobs, Gomez, Willis. If you're watching this for the first time, we're usually not this unprofessional. Spindle, Bowers, Stanley, and Simpner. And then looks like we got a 17th driver here. I'm not sure why we're not getting them on the grid. Maybe they end up leaving. Looks like Arthur Vieira maybe left. I'm not sure what the deal is with the starting order there, but I'm not getting any laps right now because I had to reboot. For some reason, it doesn't like the timing situation. Needs to be updated. Paul Brown starting in P1. And it's not showing the laps yet. It will at some point. So here we go. Paul Brown in the 77 car, 3 points behind Claudio Bardelli Jr. here tonight. Qualifying on the pole helps him out, that's for sure. The final race of the season here tonight. Bardelli Jr. is starting in the 9th position, so he's got a little bit of work to do. Two laps under to start the race here under yellow, or pace laps I should say, technically not under yellow, but all right, the pace car off this time, and here we go. Paul Brown will lead the field to take the green flag here at Gateway.
Green flag, go, go, go.
And we're off. Paul Brown there jumping out to a good lead. Coming down the backstretch. 77, 27, and the 22. Got Jesus Iglesias making some moves here, man. He's running in P3 right now. On board here with Jesus Iglesias. He's starting to look on the low side. Preston Hassel in that 27 just ahead. Jesus putting some pressure on him early on here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to make some moves. He might have gotten into the back of Todd Robillard. I think he did. I think there was some contact. Robillard and Bardelli Jr. Take a look at this. Might have been a little bit earlier. Bardelli Jr. getting it around Craig Barazon. Yeah, I think he got into the back of Todd Robillard. Well, Robillard was sideways right there. He didn't get into the back of him. He was absolutely sideways. That 89 car. Dana Grover now here trying to battle back on Claudio Bardelli Jr. Dana Grover up on the high side. Todd Robillard was just flat out wrecked there, wasn't he? Go look at this a little bit earlier. Right there was contact between he and Dana Grover, and he was absolutely sideways. We're under yellow now. Guys getting after it, man, early on. A little bit too aggressive. It looks like Bardelli Jr. might have been involved in this. Take a look and see what happened here. Oh, Iglesias was way off the pace, and I don't know what happened to Jesus Iglesias. He was way, way slow on the track. Now, something went on with Jesus Iglesias. He was really, really slow. See, right there, he gets into the back of the 27, baby, and then he's down off the pace right here, and they're side by side coming off the turn. Bardelli Jr. trying to miss, gets up into the 89 car. And it looked like just Jesus had gotten a little bit off the pace right there. And then, oh man, I'll tell you what, Bardelli Jr. didn't really have a way to go. We're going back to live. So first caution flag of the night. These guys racing pretty hard. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Qualification start, 120 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race number 8 of the season. So tomorrow and then 2 more races to go. We'll finish out the season there in the Saturday Night Thunder. '77 is coming down pit lane, indicating he might have gotten caught speeding. Givaldo Spindola, the leader here so far. '68 and the 12 running in 1-2. Both those guys went maybe 12 trying to lead some laps here as well. So just 5 laps in, we had a caution flag. Givaldo in the '68 car is the leader. Now John Stanley might be the leader now. Givaldo has made a pit stop, so John Stanley getting his laps led. Paulo Chachalowski joining us in the chat session. Good to see him in here. If our picture-in-picture is working, it looks like it is. So John Stanley might, if he's not pitting this time, I think he's going to be staying out. So he'll be on a little bit older tires, a little less fuel. I think he's going to come down pit lane here. Yeah, that looks like that's what's going to happen there for the 12 car. He's going to make a pit stop and get some new tires on that thing and get a full load of fuel. That puts Preston Hassel in P1, I believe. So the 27 car will have lane choice here. Let's see what he does. He takes the inside line. That puts Ed Palumbo up on the outside line. Archie Fiera up to the third position. Craig Barazan in fourth here on this restart. 27 car, Preston Hassel. Now, we didn't have a chance, we'll do this real quick here, the points battle coming into tonight's race. Just to show you where that shapes up there. 3 points separate Bardelli Jr. and Paul Brown. Like I said, it can come down to the last lap. Paul Brown got the pole here tonight, so he gets that bonus point. And you can see that tight battle there. Robillard and Simpler tied for the third position coming into tonight's race. Preston Hassel has a fast car here, so now he is starting up front. That Palumbo in the 54 up on the outside line, that mellow yellow sponsored Chevy Camaro. Getting ready to go back green this time. These cars off, here we go, back to green. Vieta and Palumbo just made a little contact. Archie Vieta there in that 4 car, a little bit of contact with the 54, and he's going to lose some positions. Looks like this 90 and the 9X both get by. But Gomez in that 9X machine taking over the 4th position as Vieta now back to 5th. That did not work out well for him. There was contact there between he and Ed Palumbo. Todd Robillard here in the 90 car. Running in the 3rd position. Good battle here back in the pack, and we'll take a look back there with Lucas Simpler, Dana Grover, Jesus Iglesias, the 24, Sean Jacobs. Good side-by-side action there. The 21, Lucas Simpler up on the high side. Side-by-side down the front stretch, and there might have been a little contact there between the 89 and the 21. Oh, Iglesias trying to go 3 wide in the middle. Oh, my God. Jesus Iglesias 3 wide. Oh, and he gets into Lucas Simpler. 3 wide, and he gets into Lucas Simpler. So 22. Like gangbusters there, went 3 wide. My heavens, man. Gomez, Jesus Iglesias in the 10th position. That was wild. That got a little wild there as Iglesias went for broke. Preston Hassel is the leader. My heavens. Going to be some chatting after the race, I would imagine there. Go back here and take a look at this. Iglesias ends up going 3 wide. We got a yellow flag here as we're watching this replay. Might have been a little bit too early there for that. There you go. It goes 3 wide. And he gets up into the 21 car. So we're back to live here, and we're under caution. The 27 car picks up the pace car, passes the pace car a little bit. We'll see what happened here. Matthew Bowers, a little self-spin for Matthew Bowers. Comes around. Looks like he hit anything. Looking out of the front of John Stanley's machine. You see Bowers coming around. And it does a great job of keeping it out of the wall. Second caution flag here. These guys hopefully get it figured out. We've got a lot of laps to go. Looking for maybe a lively chat session. I was going to pick my winner, but man, I got like booted right after qualification for some reason. And then I got word that the stream wasn't working, so Colombo in second, Robillard up to the third position, Vieira fourth, Gomez running in P5, Jim Willis in the sixth position. Well, we've been a lot of places here this season. Lucas Oil Raceway started it off. What a great race there. Another short track at Martinsville, Chicagoland Speedway, and Talladega. Very different tracks there. Very different look there. Dover and Darlington there in the middle of the season. In Memphis, it was short track. It was the first time we ran that, I believe. Had a good race there. Texas Motor Speedway, Charlotte, a couple cookie cutters, and we're finishing out the season here at Gateway. We got some guys coming down pit lane. Get a good look at what that battle's going to be like coming off pit lane here. And Palumbo might have been a two-tire stop for him. Preston Hassel out pretty quickly as well. Webb Palumbo, a good fast pit stop. That's going to put him up at the front, I think. Well, just as I say that, it looks like some guys are staying out here. So Grover, Bardelli Jr., Sifner, Stanley. We'll see if the 89 car chooses to hang out up front with a little bit older tires. All right, looks like 89 car is going to take the inside line. The 91 up front now. Claudio Bardelli Jr. up front. The 89, Dana Grover, going to lead the field, take the green flag. Thought 54 would be in the lead, but these guys did not pit. So the 54, I believe, was the first one out, but the 91 and the 89 stayed out. So it looks like those front two on a little bit older tires here. This will make for some interesting racing. I mean, this is a tough track on tires too. I'm not sure I would go with that strategy, but nonetheless, this guy's a little better than I am. That's why I'm in the broadcast booth. Dana Grover, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Just jumped the start. It looked like Dana Grover might have jumped the start. It looks like Dana Grover has a penalty. He's going to have to serve a drive-through for jumping the start on that. That was a huge jump. Back here, this race here between the Colombo and Bardelli Jr. Colombo in second. Bardelli Jr. is in third. Here we go, side by side here for the race lead, the 54 and the 91. Ed Palumbo and Claudio Bardelli Jr. side by side. The 54, Ed Palumbo on the inside. Got the preferred line here, I think. Still side by side. And this battle isn't over. Like Dana Grover has finished up the drive-through penalty and come back out on track. So jumping the start. Looks like race control issued a penalty on that one. These guys are still side by side up front. 54 and the 91. 91 backs off. Let's have 54 go. 91 might have a little bit older tires too. Preston Hasselnout working on the bottom side to try to take over that position. Todd Robillard trying to take over that position too. Battle there. He gets by. Take a look at Arthur Vieta on board here with him as he's closing in on the 91. Remember, the 91 on a little bit older tires than the rest of these guys. He's taking a gamble. He had to try to fight off the 54 car. He was not able to do it. 54 on fresher tires. Another yellow flag here. Matthew Bowers has come around. And a 5X car. see what happened to him. Oh, man, he got into the grass and then up into the wall. Look at that. He is riding the wall. Oh, man, that was a hard. See, he got in that grass and then the thing snapped around on him. Holy smokes, that was a hard lick. Take a look at here. He gets into the wall here earlier. So he's got some right side damage. I think he had some damage from the earlier incident as well. I think he just got into this corner a little cattywampus here. You're right there, man. He hits the, oh, no grip on those rumble strips and in the grass and straight into the wall. And then that is 2 for Matt Bowers, I believe. So guys, we're starting to get a little chippy. Now we'll see what the 54-27, those guys do. Are they going to come down pit lane here and take some service? We're going to take a look at that schedule in the Saturday Night Thunder Series. Of course, tomorrow we'll be at Charlotte. And you see we got Gateway, Riverside. That's right. It's a road course action coming up on June 11th, and we'll be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to finish out the season on June the 18th in the Saturday Night Thunder. So most of these guys are coming down pit lane, but a couple guys, now Bardelli Jr. has stayed out here. Now maybe, I don't know, he may not have led a lap. Oh, yeah. Say he might have another lap in him, but looked like the pace car has indicated we're going green next time by. Bardelli Jr. takes the outside line. That puts Lucas Sifner in the 21 car on the inside line. Hopefully we're coming in all right here, man. We've had some issues. We had to replace the hard drive with Windows on it, so we've had a little bit of a challenge here tonight. Challenge this week, really getting things set back up. John Stanley's staying out as well.
Pit road will be open this time.
So the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr., the leader. Did I mention what my keys to the race were? I don't think I did. It's too late, though, isn't it? It's too late to do those keys to the race. Tires, 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 pick your spots, pit stops on point, and traffic management. Those are my keys to the race here tonight. Oh, man. Look at that. That's not exactly how I want that. Like I said, I got to get some stuff back up and running here, so be patient with me. Be patient with the old TurnLeftTV guy, man. He's getting old. He's got a lot on his plate right now. Just come to my funeral. Good to see Arthur Vieta out here tonight, too, man. We haven't seen him in a while. Well, we saw him at the IndyCar race, but in the Stock Car Series, he's been sort of a part-timer a little bit. But good to see Arthur Vieta in the 4-car out here tonight. Right now, running in the 7th position. Hoping for a good race. We're hoping for a good race, too. Then had a little adjustment there on the live stream. For some reason, my software was not automatically starting. So it is what it is. have a hard copy that I'm recording, so I'll be able to put up the full Monty version, I think. Now Bardelli Jr. and the 12 of John Stanley have both elected to go down pit lane here. So John Stanley in the 12 car on pit lane. Arthur Vieira has a penalty. So it looks like he may have gotten caught speeding on pit lane. So Simpner will lead the field to take the green flag in the 21 car. He's going to be in the outside line, I believe. That puts Ed Palumbo on the inside line. I think that's what will end up happening here. All right, we're going back green this time by, I'm being told, by race control.
Blue flag, go, go, go.
All right, here we go, back to green. See the 90 car all over the back of that 21, and then he drops off. The 54 trying to get by on the inside line. Paul Brown in this mix as well in that 77 car. Don't talk too much about Craig Marizon. He's running in the 5th position in that 60 car. The 27, Preston Hassel. The 22 of Jesus Iglesias battling it up. These restarts always a little dicey. Preston Hassel in the 27 car in this mix. He's looking on the low side of Marizon. Oh, Marizon! What happened there? There was some shenanigans, but I don't know, caution flag, but something happened. Preston Hassel, I'm not sure what happened, man. He's off the pace. Marizon, I think he was sideways. Simpner, the leader in the 21 car. Here on lap 35, and Preston Hassel off the pace there. He had some trouble. Take a look here at Preston Hassel in the 27. Right there, he just got barrels into the 60 car. Oh, Iglesias gets taken out of that as well. Right there in the 27. And then into the 60. So something's happened to Preston. Good battle up front here. Palumbo, Brown, and Robillard. Robillard working that outside line here a little bit. Trying to find a way to get some speed. Lucas Simpner is the leader in the 21 car. Take a look at Thiago Gomez. He's running in the 7th position in that 9X car. Been a quiet night here for Thiago so far. Got a long way to go. Been a quiet night for a lot of people because we've had a lot of caution flags. Thiago in the 9X here having a good night. Take a look at here, Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to close in on Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. That 91 down to the inside line. Sean Jacobs trying to follow him through. He wants to try to get by that 68 car. Down to the inside, that Western Auto sponsor machine, the 68. Givaldo Spindola giving him a lot of room. Take a look at this battle here. 77 in the 54. Couple Camaros here battling it out. 77 down the inside line. And he wants to put as many cars between he and Claudio Bardelli Jr. Chris Hughes in the 7 car. He's running in the 8th position. Just behind him is Dana Grover. Grover is running in the 9th spot. Paul Brown to the inside here down on the 21 car. Lucas Simpner in the 21 up on the outside line. Paul Brown in the 77 getting by. Now to the race lead. Simpner now back to the 2nd position. On board here with Lucas Simpner, the 21. Paul Brown leading the field now. Take a look at Jim Willis here in the 53 car. Yeah, a quiet night here for Jim Willis. Right now running in the 13th position. John Stanley running in 14th. '77 leading the field, 21 in 2nd. Colombo in the 54 is 3rd. Robillard in the 90 in the 4th position. Craig Barazon is in 5th. Jesus Iglesias in the 22 car. The race, he is in 6th. The racing is pretty tight there with Thiago Gomez and Jesus Iglesias. Thiago in the 9X machine tonight. Right there, Gomez getting by Iglesias. Iglesias now back to the 7th position. Take a look at Dana Grover here in the 89 car. On board here with Dana Grover as he's trying to close in on that 7 of Chris Hughes. Paul Brown not been able to run away from Lucas Simpner. Lucas still keeping him honest here. Putting up a fight. Good battle there. Bardelli Jr. and the 89 and Dana Grover. Good battle there off the turn. Take a look at that pass there as Bardelli Jr. using the outside line, getting by Dana Grover. Actually, that's Sean Jacobs. I take that back. Sean Jacobs in the 24. Sean Jacobs now closing in on Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car. Jacobs got a big win in the Saturday Night Thunder last week. a look at this, the 90 and the 60. The 90 might have gotten up into the wall. 90 might have made some contact with the wall there as Craig Marizon gets by, takes over P4. Right there, the 90 was in the wall as the 90 car scraping the wall. Marizon taking that spot right there. Now Robillard back to the 5th position. Paul Brown has not been able to shake the 21 car. 21 is in 2nd. So those guys running away from the field here a little bit. Little bit of gap there. Couple second gap there back to P3. Now to Zed Palumbo. He in the 60 of Craig Marizon, who is starting to really close in on Ed Palumbo. The 90 has not been able to get back around the 60 car. 90 of Robillard is running in P5. So you're looking at 3, 4, and 5 right there. With Palumbo, Marizon, and Robillard. Sean Jacobs to the outside. Trying to get around Jesus Iglesias. Coming off the turn, the 24, getting by that 22 car. Jesus Iglesias now in the 10th position. Chris Hughes is in the 11th spot. We've got a caution flag. A good little run there, but we did not get green flag pit stops in. As Paul Brown will lead the field here to take the caution flag. See what happened here. Iglesias gets up toward the wall, but it looks like the 7 car got up into the backup, and there might have been a little bit of warping going on there with the 7. Take a look here as the 7 car gets up into the 22. I think he warped. Looked like the 7 car might have warped. He just kept on going here, but it looked like he might have warped right there. So it looked like a little bit of a warping situation there going for Chris Hughes. It looks like Well, it looks like our race leader is the 4 of Archie Vieira. A lot of these guys on pit lane right now. So Vieira is the leader here in the 4. Getting his laps led.
Road will be open this time.
Preston Hassel just ahead of him is technically on the tail end of the lead lap, so I think he'll get a wave around. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here, and don't forget to share my videos with all your friends. Wherever you can share YouTube videos, you're more than welcome to share mine. And then also, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It's straight up there in the top of the channel. Click on my links down in the description of this race and help me out here at TurnLeftTV, and follow those over to the Fanatec website if you're interested in purchasing something through them. Please help me out here, man. We've had a little bit of a challenge here tonight with the race. Hasn't really run smoothly for me, and some of these other guys have had some issues here tonight too. So. I guess we're up and running though. So 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Paul Brown in second. 21, Lucas Simpner running in third. Ed Palumbo is in fourth. Preston Hassel on the tail end of the lead lap, and it looks like he's coming down pit lane, so he's going to go a lap down. It looks like 91 is taking the inside line. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in that 91 car will be on the inside. Paul Brown will be up on the outside line. Lucas Simpner starts in third. Palumbo in the fourth position. Lights are out on the pace car, back to green this time. Good little green flag run. We didn't get green flag pit stops in, but we had a pretty decent little green flag run there. Pace car's off. Bardelli Jr., the 91, on the inside will lead the field. Start lap 57.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Brown to the outside, man. He's using that outside line. A lot of muscle there. Battling the 91 car. Feel the intensity. Pick it up here a little bit. From the 77 back to the lead. Bardelli Jr. is in second. And Palumbo running in the third position. Lucas Simpner is in fourth. Get out of the front of Lucas Simpner's machine at the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Look at a little bit higher exit on the corner. That's because he's got the 90 car below him. Tom Robillard here trying to make a pass. Getting around the 21 car now. Craig Marizon Seeing if he might be able to get around. Looking out the back of Todd Robillard's machine. Craig Marizon running in that 6th position, just behind the 5th place car of Lucas Simpner. Marizon to the inside. Robillard and Palumbo here battling it out as well. Hard to pass here. We're going to try to get it early. Oh, Robillard into the wall. Might have been some contact there with Ed Palumbo. Robillard in the 90 car into the wall. Todd Robillard had gotten around Lucas Simpner, and he was battling Ed Palumbo. And Robillard now back a few spots here. Robillard there on the inside, that's already transpired. Take a look here and see what happened. Might have been a little bit too early, so he's now going to close in on Ed Palumbo. See right here, there might have been some contact. They're side by side down the backstretch. The 90 car looking, maybe trying to make a pass this time. Gets down to the inside right there. Looks like drifts up, gets into Ed Palumbo, and then makes some contact with the inside wall. Take a look at this, Archie Vieta and Jim Willis battling it out. Archie Vieta on the outside line. Jim Willis down on the inside line in that 53 car. We got to send a message to Paulo. There's a couple of cameras here we could just get rid of, man. As now Archie Vieta looking on the bottom side of Thiago Gomez. He's trying to pick up another spot. This 4 car on the move up to P7. Out of the back of his machine, Jim Willis trying to get through. Jim Willis to the inside. He backs off. A little bit more patience there from the 53 car. He knows he's faster than Thiago right now. '77 and the 91 battling for a championship, battling for the race lead. That camera right there that I just switched out of, we can do away with that one. There we go, Jim Willis exercising a little patience and getting by the 9X car. Jim Willis now up to the 8th position. And Gomez back to 9th. Not over for Gomez. It looks like Sean Jacobs there as well. So this Toyota in a hornet's nest right now. Jesus Iglesias here in the 22. Dana Grover in the 89 up on the high side. He got a penalty earlier. Been able to recover. He got the lucky dog, got back. He got a penalty for jumping the start. Now going to get by Givaldo Spindola. Sean Jacobs to the inside. Trying to get by Thiago Gomez. That 24, Sean Jacobs moving up. That Western Autos sponsored Camaro now running in the 9th position. 9X, Thiago Gomez back to 10. Vieta continuing to work on the 90. Vieta on the inside, the 90. Todd Robillard up on the outside line. Good battle there between the two of those guys. And Vieta picking up that spot. Maybe not so fast, huh? Look at this battle here as Craig Marizon in the 60, the 54, Ed Palumbo. battling it out for the 4th position, and the 60 car on the inside battling 54, excuse me, the 60 on the inside, 54 up on the outside line, and Marizon gets by. A couple Camaros are getting after it. Just as quickly as we said that Vieira had gotten around the 90 car using the outside line. Good drag race into the turn. And the 90 car going to get by. Jesus Iglesias battling Givaldo Spindola. Spindola in the 68 car. Giving him a lot of room. And that is just classic Givaldo, man. He knows that if you come up on him, he's faster, or you're faster than him, he's going to give you the room. I mean, he's one of the nicest guys out on the track, really is. And he's got a good racing IQ, man. He's aware of everything that's going on the track. And good racing etiquette out of Givaldo Spindola as he lets Jesus Iglesias go. Givaldo back to the 13th position. Dana Grover and Jesus Iglesias. Excuse me, Jesus running in the 22 car, closing in on Dana Grover. I don't know why I get those guys confused sometimes with Chacos running in the 9X car. I think it's because Jesus ran an X car for such a long time until I got him a paint scheme. So right now, Dana Grover sandwiched in between Iago Gomez and Jesus Iglesias. Lo siento to both of you. 4-car Archie Vieira and Todd Robillard still battling it out. They cannot figure it out as they keep switching spots. Now, Vieira getting by. Look at this. Good battle here as Jim Willis and the 24 of Sean Jacobs starting to close in. Take a look at Jim Willis in that 8th place car, the number 53. He's on the inside line of Todd Robillard looking to take over that position. He wants the 7th spot. Robillard in the 90 battling. 24 working with that 54 car right now. Now going up to the high side. Willis wanting to try to squeeze that car in, and he's not going to be able to do it as a 24. Got the room now. Can he get that car up in front of the 24 car? 53 using that inside line. A little bit of muscle. He's going to scrub off some speed coming off the turn, I believe. Is the 24 going to use the outside line? They're still battling it out. Good side-by-side racing here between the 24 and the 53. Horrible camera. They're still not figuring it out. As 53 on the inside, he might end up losing this battle here as a 24 inches ahead on that outside line. He might have burned up his tire somewhat using the inside line. Jacobs wants another position. He's now beside the 90 car. Sean Jacobs wanting to get around the 90. Move this car forward. Sean Jacobs inching ahead, now picking up P7. Not so fast. Todd Robillard says, I don't think so. Just waiting for you to announce it. Gets into the wall, I think. Remember, Sean Jacobs used that outside line to get around the 53 car. Now the 90 might end up playing that ball game back on him. Take a look at our 77 car. He has opened up about 3/4 of a second lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. Lucas Impner is in third, closing in on Bardelli Jr. Lucas Impner to the inside in that 21 car here on lap 77. We got a little ways to go. But the battle is heating up there as Simpner gets around Bardelli Jr. in the 21 car. 91 back to third. Simpner back up to the second position. Thiago Gomez in the 9X. And Todd Robillard in the 90. Dana Grover in this mix as well. They're three wide. They're three wide there as Thiago goes to the outside line. Dana Grover on the inside line. Misses that turn just a little bit as Gomez now going to clear him. Watch this. Grover, I think, just missed this turn. We'll take a look at this. Down below the 90. And there was contact maybe right there. I'm not sure. He went up the track a little bit. We'll look at this again. See that battle with the 9X car and the 90. 9X, I think, is going to get around the 90 here. But then, look at this. The 89 trying to go three wide. He's going to end up missing this turn, I believe. He gets onto the rumble strips right there. Splashing up a few sparks. And the 9X holds on to that spot. 54 and the 24. This 24 starting to make some noise here. Taking over P6, getting around the 54 car. Jacobs and Palumbo, 24 and the 54. The 53 also in this. Archie Vieta into 4 car, getting around the 60. Craig Marizon. Marizon to the outside, letting that 4 car go. Jesus Iglesias and the 7 of Chris Hughes. Tight battle there. Givaldo in this mix. Man, these guys are battling it out right there. Ooh, Iglesias got that car sideways. Saw some tire smoke coming off that thing. We got some green flag pit stops underway. We take a look at Palumbo on pit lane. 54 car making a pit stop. Finishing up that pit stop is the 54, the 21, and the 77 car. Tight battle there between those guys. As the 77 has some company. Todd Robillard on pit lane as well. Robillard making a pit stop. Todd Robillard in the 90 on pit lane and finishing up his pit stop here on lap 84. Lucas Simpner moving to the outside line, battling Paul Brown for the race lead. Got to be thinking these guys are going to have to make pit stops here fairly soon. As these guys coming down pit lane, you know they will have to pit before the end of the race. Just a matter of when. '24 car getting back out on the track. '77 car coming down pit lane. That gives the lead to Lucas Simpner. So the 21, Lucas Simpner, out on the track. Still has not made a pit stop. Just stretched out a little bit. John Stanley in the 12 car indicating he's going to make a pit stop. He's had a quiet night here tonight. John Staple Gun Stanley coming down around the access road onto pit lane. Simpner also making a pit stop. The race leader, Lucas Simpner, giving up the race lead to come down pit lane. Bardelli Jr. also on pit lane. That's going to give the race lead, I think, to Jim Willis here before it's said and done. We're all said and done. Not led the lap yet, I don't believe. Might have another one in him. So Jim Willis is the leader. We got a lot of guys on pit lane right now. Willis coming off the track to come down pit lane. Look at that battle there between the 12 and the 21. Take a look at the 77 as he's getting back by. .53 coming down pit lane as the 77 going to take back over the race lead here. Jim Willis, I believe, technically led that lap, even though he was on pit lane. So Robillard, he is now back to, where's he at? Back to the 6th position. He's having some stuttering issues there. We see a little micro stutter there from the 90 car. So there's some issues there from the 90. He's been complaining about his connection or his computer. A 1.8 second lead over Lucas Simpner. Paul Brown, the leader. He wants to lead the most laps. Certainly wants to win the race. It was a 3-point gap with Paul Brown and Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming into tonight's race. Bardelli Jr. currently running in the 3rd position. These pit stops have sort of spread some guys out a little bit. Sean Jacobs and Ed Palumbo here having a battle, though. This is for the 7th position. Oh, Sean Jacobs getting into the wall. Holy smokes, that car came around and just snapped right up into the wall. Something happened. With Sean Jacobs, my heavens, man, he got up into the wall. Let's see if we can't take a look and see what happened to Sean. I have to do it this way. See, it just gets down to the inside there, and I don't know what it looks like. He may have gotten into the back of the 54. I don't know if there was contact there or not, but the back end of this car starts to snap around and then straight into the wall. My heavens. Paul Brown extending that gap up to 1.9 seconds now over the 21 of Lucas Simpner. Still got a while to go. Sean Jacobs, heavy front end damage to that car. He's going to be off the pace there. He was trying to get around Ed Palumbo, so he ended up losing another position. And now Dana Grover closing in the 89. Sure, Dana Grover knows by now that Sean Jacobs has made some contact with the wall on board here with Dana Grover. Looking ahead at Sean Jacobs. A little bit of work to do for the 89, get back around the 24 car. 1.1 second gap now. Lucas Simpler starting to close in, so it was 1.9. .77 indicated that maybe he might have to pit again. He needs a caution flag. Thiago Gomez in the 9X down to the inside. Battling the 54. Gomez now gets around the 54, taking over P7. And Palumbo back to the 8th position. Take a look at Craig Berzon running in P5. He's been so close to the race win. Just a matter of time as these guys starting to spread out here a little bit after pit stops. Berzon about 11 seconds behind the race leader. At Palumbo, Sean Jacobs side by side as the 24 trying to get back by as he had some hard front end contact. He ends up making that pass, getting around the 54. Dana Grover wanting to try to follow him through. Palumbo to the inside as Dana Grover goes to the outside line. 54 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. He's down to the inside to make a pit stop. Well, that gap now is 0.8 of a second. Paul Brown indicating that he may have to pit again. This could be a fuel mileage race. A couple early cautions, about 3 early cautions, and we've got things figured out. We've had 2 rounds maybe of green flag pit stops. Take a look at John Stanley here in the 12 car. He was 1 lap down in the lucky dog position. Running behind the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr., who's in the 3rd position. This could come down to the last lap here. 77 on the inside, now up to the outside line, trying to hold off a charge by the 21 car. Jesus Iglesias finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on the track. You see this access road here. I should say he's going on to pit lane. Sorry about that. I need to figure out where I'm at. This Orange Crush number 22 on pit lane. Jesus Iglesias, we call him Barbecue. Got stuck up on the wall. On the inside wall one night, he says, "I am Barbecue." So that's his nickname now. On board here with Lucas Simpler running in the 2nd position. Paul Brown is the race leader. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola. He's running right now in the 14th position. He's 1 lap down. It's been kind of a quiet night for Givaldo. So the 68 car wanting to close in on that 27 to get around him. Got 2 spots there. He'll be in the lucky dog position. Bardelli Jr. is in 3rd. You see just behind him John Stanley. Now John Stanley's running in the 12th position. He is in the lucky dog spot if there is a caution flag. Vieira running in P4. He's had a pretty fast car, but I think he's just had some battles and maybe had a little bit of damage. Right now, pretty good run here for him, running in the 4th position. Under 20 laps to go. Looking at somewhere around 14 laps to go. Now Iglesias on fresh tires here after making a pit stop, and I would suggest to you he's going to try to get around these guys. 21 might have made some contact with the wall. So Iglesias to the inside of the 21. Iglesias down on those rumble strips. The zebra, as they call it. Paul Brown opens up that gap as Iglesias gets by the 21 car. That may give him a little bit of an opportunity to save some fuel. Lead is back to 1.3 seconds. Now back to a second there as Paul Brown sees Jesus Iglesias behind him. Going to give him a lot of room on fresher tires. Iglesias is 2 laps down. So it was 3, so now he's just 2 laps down. Take a look at Chris Hughes. He's had a pretty quiet night here, running in the 7th position. Did have a little bit of warping issue there earlier, so hopefully that's got it figured out. We saw him warp a couple times. Hughes running in P7. Good top 10 run for Chris Hughes. I think it's just a matter of time before we see Chris Hughes in victory lane. He's been very, very close. He's getting that car up front consistently now. Dana Grover running in the 9th position. Take a look at that. Chris Hughes, I should say, was running in 10th, not 7th. He's in the 7th car. Dana Grover running in the 9th position in the 89 car. Continue to improve. Dana Grover here with a good top 10 run. Battle for the lead here as Paul Brown in the 77 and the 21. Lucas Simpner on the inside line, side by side here down the backstretch. Sean Jacobs indicating he's coming down pit lane. So we have a couple guys here we might be able to make it the distance. And one of those guys is not Paul Brown, I don't think. Unless he saved fuel. Simpner now back to the race lead. Paul Brown running in 2nd. Good turnout here tonight. 17 drivers, just one out of the race. Quick early few cautions and got this thing figured out. We've had some green flag pit stops. Sean Jacobs on pit lane here late in this race. Fuel mileage. You're on lap 115. Simper to the inside. I don't know, man. Maybe he's got a pit again. Not sure. Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Is he taking a full load of fuel? I hope not. I think he didn't change I think he changed tires too. Just put a little splash in there and get that thing going. Get back on the track and probably not even worry about tires. Not enough laps left to go to make a difference. Simper's now opened up a 1 second lead over Paul Brown. Bardelli Jr. is in third. That battle going to tighten up, I think. Bardelli Jr. is about 3 seconds, 2.7 seconds behind Paul Brown. And those are our championship contenders. You see the 24 has finished up his pit stop. He's back out on track. We have a lot of guys who are going to take a splash of fuel. We cannot make it the rest of the way. And being the 21 is literally the fuel mileage king, I would suggest you at this point, he is going to be able to make it the rest of the way. Question is, can Bardelli Jr. make it the rest of the way? He's in the 91 car. Paul Brown is in second. This battle is for the championship. 3 second gap between Brown and Bardelli Jr. Can Brown make it the distance? '27 car coming down pit lane. 2 laps to go. 21, Lucas Simpner in the school bus Team Luca sponsor machine. Paul Brown, I think he might be out of fuel. I'm not sure. He's letting the 24 car go. Maybe wanting to get a little tow there. The 21, Lucas Simpner, just 1 lap to go for him. Can Paul Brown make it the distance? Lucas Simpner is going to win this race, but Paul Brown, can he hold off? Can he save enough fuel to be able to make it around? And I think he's going to be able to do it. The 21 of Lucas Simpner is going to win this race. And Paul Brown runs out of fuel at the finish. So Lucas Simpner gets the win in the 21 car. So congratulations to Team Luca. Getting the race win. Congratulations to him. Get the yellow school bus sponsor machine in victory lane. I don't see a TurnLeftTV logo on that. Oh, man. So getting the win is Team Luca. Congratulations to him. So congratulations to Luca Simpfer on getting that win. That was an interesting race, that's for sure. We'll take a look at the final results. Warm up. I don't want warm up. I want the race results. So Luca Simpfer gets the win. Paul Brown finishes second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. third. What a battle there for the championship. Archer Vieta finishes in the fourth position. Craig Marizon fifth. Thiago Gomez finishes in the sixth position. Dana Grover seventh. Jim Willis in 53 finishes in eighth. Chris Hughes is ninth. John Stanley rounding out the top 10. Todd Robillard finished in the 11th position. Sean Jacobs 12th. Givaldo Spindola finishes in the 13th position. Ed Palumbo finishes in 14th. Finishing in the 15th position is Jesus Iglesias. Preston Hassel finished 16th. And the 17th position goes to Matthew Bowers. We'll see if we can't get Luca up here in the booth with us once we get prepped for our championship as well. Our champion, get that screenshot ready to go. So congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. for winning the championship. How about that? By 1 point over Paul Brown. What a great battle there. Let's see if we can't get Team Luca up here in the booth with us for the race winner. All right, Luca Simpfer joining us up here in the booth. Congratulations, man. Very interesting race there. We had a bunch of cautions early on, but it came down to fuel mileage.
Honestly, I don't think it did, but, I think it was really easy. Don't know how those guys ran out of fuel. Maybe the first 2 or 3, they had to do almost 40 laps. That was almost impossible, I think. But I think Paul Brown, I think he should have had that in the bag.
Yeah, it's hard to really look that far in the future, and with pit stops the way they be, but also caution flags where they flew, I guess. And he had to battle a little bit getting around Bardelli Jr. as well. So there was some battling going on there, but you win another fuel mileage race, and I think this officially makes you the fuel mileage king.
I think I had that title a long time ago. Maybe I'll need a new sticker for my car, honestly. But yeah, I think I was really frustrated. John Stanley, he was blocking me in the pits, man. I lost maybe 2 seconds on Paul at the start. At the very last stint, I was pretty frustrated about that. But I guess I got really lucky with him running out of fuel by the end.
Well, hey, congratulations. A well executed race there for you. Gateway is a tough track, fun track, I think, and you had a great race win. Congratulations, Team Luca.
Thank you, Team Luca. Number one against all odds. There's only one driver out here tonight. That was me. Well, 1.5, I guess you could call it. But still, against all the odds, starting from last, going to first.
All right, man. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Luca Simpner. Not short on words there. You can tell he's getting a little bit more comfortable. And we'll see if we can't get Claudio Bardelli Jr. up in the booth with us, our champion. All right, Claudio Bardelli Jr. up here in the booth with us. 2 championships in a row, and it came down to the last lap. Congratulations, Claudio. Congratulations to you, Claudio. What a battle for you to win this championship. Paul Brown really made it pretty tough on you.
Thank you, Heath. Good night, good evening. I send my Luca is my friend. Luca saved me.
Yeah, it's hard to really calculate those types of things at the beginning of the race, where that's going to shake out for you, where it's going to happen. But, man, Lady Luck on your side here tonight.
Yes, the race is very difficult. The track is difficult. But I try to leader in one lap, but I have 1 point. I try to follow Paul the track, but it's very difficult. In the middle of the race, in the last pit stop, I try to save fuel to lap 88. But Paul is pitting 2 laps early to me. I try to save and pray for the guys.
Well, great job to you. A 2nd championship in a row, and pretty tough to do that, and really speaks to how great you are at driving this race car. So congratulations to you. Another one going to Brazil. Yes,
I try to. I appreciate and apologize to guys that touch in initial race, but I speak in Portuguese. Agradecer a galera aí mais uma vez, Arthur, Jesus, Thiago, Divaldo, Gilmara, galera que está assistindo aí mais uma vez. Obrigadão, tamo junto. E é isso aí, mais uma vez aqui, mais uma vez campeão. E vamos para a próxima aí. Rich, again I love the races in Fridays, Saturdays, in the HORL. I believe to work and the guys is very important for us in Brazil.
Yeah, we love having you. I love calling you guys my friends. And if it wasn't for broadcasting, and I'm not sure I would have all these friends and be able to meet guys like you. So I appreciate it, Claudio. And we'll definitely see you back next week on Friday, and maybe even tomorrow.
Yes, I try again.
All right, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Parabéns.
Good night. Muito obrigado.
All right, that's Claudio Bardelli Jr., and I do mean it, man. I've met a lot of folks from around the world, but I tell you, the Brazilian drivers, talking about the drivers from outside the United States, those Brazilian drivers have been probably my first group outside the United States that I befriended, and I've got some really loyal folks that come in and race here at High Octane Racing League, but also join the streams And, I cherish each and every one of them. One of these days, one of these guys, I don't know, Bardelli Jr. or Vieira or Iglesias, somebody, maybe Spindle is going to send me some tickets to go to Carnival, man. Come on. Hey, congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Another great championship for him. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server or maybe hosting your own website or your online store, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. Well, that was a funky race, man. Definitely a different race, I will say. But appreciate everybody being here tonight and joining us on TurnLeftTV. I always appreciate folks coming out and joining in the streams. Peace to everybody out there. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and also share my videos with all your friends. And to come back next week, we'll have some more broadcasting for you, I am sure. So another season kicks off next week. Not ready to announce the schedule yet. I'll do that sometime in the middle of the week, I think. Maybe before the weekend's out. How about that? But hey, thanks so much. It's been a fun season, and I appreciate each and every one of you coming out here and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. So we're going to have a good season next season, I'm sure. The Buschwackers series attracts a lot of drivers. We had a good field here tonight. 16 drivers joining us. 17 drivers, actually. Only one failed to finish the race. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder. Bardelli Jr. had indicated how much he loves driving this, and our Brazilian, rest of our Brazilian friends there love driving on Friday night or Saturday nights here in the Saturday Night Thunder. Very, very fun racing. Come on out. Race number 8 headed your way. Charlotte Motor Speedway tomorrow, 120 laps. And it will be a night where I get out of the broadcast booth and turn some laps with these boys. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. What a great season. And I appreciate everybody tuning in to TurnLeftTV. And that means I am out of here.